injuries. The Niners did everything they could to avoid them in camp, and now they're popping up in the regular season. And I think, at least my first reaction is, there's nothing the Niners can do to avoid it. It's the makeup of the team. It's the players on the team. They're all their good players are injury prone, or most of them are, and so I guess some of them are going to get injured. That's basically my takeaway. What's yours?
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, look at the two guys who are injured. You have Jason Verrett, who's spent almost his entire career injured, and Raheem Mostert, who once he started playing regularly has been injured throughout his whole career. So, yeah, it's rough, and that it is a deal where it's the makeup of the team. It's who they're choosing to bring on board, and that's why I laugh when they bring on Kerryon Johnson, regardless of what he does. Is that you're bringing another guy that's injured? That's obviously why he's available to begin with, though.
Certainly.
Yeah.
No,
I think I heard you were talking yesterday, and you'd mentioned somebody being like the baseball player for the Giants, Cody Ross. Yeah. And who was it? Who was? Oh, I was gonna. The better one there is actually Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert is Cody Ross. He had one blow it out game in a playoff game, and the 49er fans love him forever because of that.
The other thing, look, I love Mostert. The thing about him, he's kind of like a baseball player whose career batting average is like 380. You're like, this guy's amazing, but he's played like 60 games in his career. He's played something really low, but he's batting 385. It's amazing. But I mean, you can't. He's not going to be on your team. He's going to play about 5 games a year for you, and he's going to belt the ball while he's out there. But yeah, he's only going to play about 5 or 6 games. That's exactly. And I feel it stinks. I feel bad for these guys. They put a lot of work in there, but at the same time, if we're being realistic, these guys just aren't guys that you can count on. And the Mostert piece is interesting. If you go back to the preseason, this is Mostert and Javon Kinlaw both tweeting out about how they're not injured. Well,
I mean, Mostert had 2 runs and then he was done.
Yeah.
And so, if it was just a situation where all they thought they were going to have to do was clean out some cartilage around his knee and he could come back and play, but instead he thinks it's better to take the entire year off to really get it right, then that means he wasn't right to start with.
Absolutely not. So I think what we learned is in the future, if a player takes to social media to say that they're not injured when no one said that they were, it means they're injured and they're not going to last long. We learned that. That's what we learned. One thing I want to say about the injury thing, if John Lynch gets scapegoated, or if the Niners feel like they need to go in a new direction, and then what the new regime would do, the first thing they would need to say is, we're going to fix this issue right now. We are going to prioritize durability and availability because this team beats itself consistently by not having their best players on the field. I'm just saying that if I were Jed York and I were hiring new people, that would be what I wanted to hear, a solution to this problem.
Yeah, and that's what it's got to be. I mean, that's when we were go back to the free agency. That for those first couple of days of free agency, where everybody was excited because they got Samson Ebukam and Alex Mack, both guys who had a history of being, able to stay healthy, and then that was great. And then they just started bringing back all their guys with injury histories, and that's where you just kind of lost me.